in the grand scheme of things and the like importance of the situation we're in right now, in my opinion, most of those things don't matter. And they are so good at keeping us talking about it and arguing about it and fighting about it and pointing fingers at each other and how stupid we are and who's wrong and who's right, that we don't have time to sit and think about, well, why is it like this? Like, who is making it this way? And we all know. Everyone knows. But we just don't talk about it. And so that's why I'm doing this, because I'm going to talk about it.
Start remembering what you hear.
Well, hi out there, and welcome to...
And now, the world's foremost authority.
Check it out. Wear the red striped shirt.
Cut. What do you do?
It's a highly specialized field.
Playing records.
Constant fun.
Are you ready? Let's motivate.
The DJ of the future is going to be a respected member of the community.
Motivate people to get out and buy, or try, or use.
Hey guys, this is Megan and you're watching We the Jaded. This is my third episode now, and I am just winging this intro because I don't have some like polished, clean, like roll off the tongue thing that I'm gonna say yet, and I've been thinking about it and I just can't anymore. I'm just winging it. All right, that's what this channel is about. I'm just trying to be honest and authentically me and talk about how I'm feeling in the world and our country. And so yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why you're here. If you're back, thank you for still listening to me and wanting to hear what I have to say and being interested or intrigued, I guess, by it. And if you're new, please like and subscribe. I know I'm supposed to say that at least one time in this video, so there we go. So the last couple of videos I made, I basically spoke to kind of where I came from or how I kind of got to be where I am right now. And when things kind of started to shift for me, as far as I was raised in a very progressive, liberal, Democrat household, you'd say. And how I thought that a big factor in a lot of it was becoming a parent, which I think is completely normal, and I would guess most people who are parents can agree with. And if you're not, that's totally fine. No hate, no judgment. There are many times in a day or a week that I do miss those days of, you know, not having to consider other tiny beings aside from myself, but it's going to change you. It does, and it did. And it just has made me think about things differently and want more clarity and more answers on certain things. And so that's kind of what led me to here and to just really feeling called to speaking out, to talking about how I'm feeling and just the things that I'm noticing and the questions that I have, and with the hope that I will interact with and meet and be able to talk to others that agree and feel the same, or can at least relate, or have questions for me and maybe just want to like hear my point of view and try and get some clarity for themselves that way. So I think what would be good for this video is I'm just gonna wing it and kind of tell you guys where I'm at now. Like, what do I actually believe, and how do I feel, and how does that play into all of this, and kind of what I think is, I guess, the best thing for me to be doing in having this channel and these platforms. And so if you asked anyone in my personal life that knows me, that also knows they don't agree with me and they're on kind of the other side of the spectrum in terms of just beliefs or, I don't know, political leanings, they would probably say that I am a liberal. I'm a progressive, liberal, leftist. If it's someone that I don't really know but kind of knows me and doesn't really like me, they'd probably say I'm a snowflake, libtard, TDS sufferer is probably what they would say. And I would say that both of those people would be right in a sense. But I don't like the labels, and I value people in general in our society, in our communities, more than I do just parties, political parties. And the older I get and the more years that go by of us dealing with just this constant like bombardment of cultural issues and wars amongst each other and the fighting and the division, like the more that goes on, it pushes me even further away from ever thinking that I can like stand back and support the Democratic Party specifically. I think I've made pretty clear in my other videos, or I am telling you right now, there's literally, I think, nothing that could ever make me vote for Donald Trump. I mean, if we're being honest, I shouldn't have to vote for him ever again or have that be an option because this is his second presidency. But that's another topic for another day if that's gonna come to fruition or not. But I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I am not religious. I am very secular. I'm not an atheist, but I'm just a spiritual person, and I don't lead my life just on those beliefs, that one small section of my belief system. I just don't. So no, I am not a conservative, and I probably will never ever vote for a Republican. But I also I'm so disillusioned and basically honestly disgusted with Democrats at this point right now, especially in the last like year and a half, that I just don't have any loyalty to, Team Blue either. I really don't. And it honestly like hurts me to say that because, like I said, yes, on paper, I'm a liberal, okay? I want people to care for each other, and not in like the way of like I want people to pay all their tax money to support these people that just don't want to work. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I just want people, us as humans, as Americans, to care for each other, to care about each other, and to want what's best for each other, and for everyone to be happy and their mental health to be okay, and to be able to provide for themselves and their families in whatever way makes sense to them, for them, and just, keeps this train going. Oops. And I don't care if someone is gay. I don't care if a man loves a man or a woman loves a woman, or if you're a transgender person. I don't care. I don't. I think that is awesome for you. I am sure that is a very difficult existence and body and life to live in, especially nowadays with everything going on. And I cannot imagine, like, I don't believe that anyone would just choose to be put through that much just hurt. And I don't care. I don't care if people feel that way. It does not bother me. It does nothing to me or my life or my family that another person feels that they were born in the wrong body or loves another man or another person with the same identity, gender identity as them. I think everyone should just be able to live their lives and love whoever they love, like consenting adults wise. Just gotta throw that in there, I guess, so that someone doesn't just hop on and immediately be like, oh, well, then people could say that they love kids. No, whatever. I think that's just a silly thing that, yeah, I don't even know. I shouldn't even have to say that, but just an example of the discourse in our country and what people just immediately jump to. But so yes, I believe in LGBTQIA plus whatever, all the things. I don't say that disrespectfully. I say it because I just don't know all of them. But yeah, I don't think that any of us should be able to tell anyone else who they are or who they can love and be in a relationship with. And I mean, I guess I feel like those are like the two big like things that just automatically like would slap a big liberal label on my forehead. But I think that if I had to pick some other just like words that would describe myself and my beliefs and how I think about the world, is I'm an American. Like, I love freedom, okay? And like, I hate that being a patriot has been like taken over by like MAGA and the right. And like, if you say you love freedom and you're patriotic, that means that whatever, you gotta have your chest out and be some big whatever buff dude woman who doesn't care what anyone says. And like, I don't know, like, I don't like that. I like that we live in America, and I like what our country was founded on, like the idea that it was founded on, and that freedom is important, and the fact that we can say what we want and not be imprisoned for it, at least for now. That's still a thing. That means a lot to me, I guess. Just honesty, being fair, being kind, accountability, like within yourself and within like our systems. Like, I think a big part of the divide that we don't even realize is because for how many decades now, there really hasn't been much accountability for those that are actually taking advantage of most of us. And in that, I just mean like corporations, lobbyists, just the big banks, no, they just have been able to do whatever they want, basically. And if they fuck up, then the rest of us bail them out with our tax money and made up money that just gets printed or put in a computer and said is there, like, but then hurts the rest of us down the line with inflation. Like, it's just insane to me. Like, and a big part of my disillusionment with the Democrats is that I know now, that because of what I know now, and like have tried hard to educate myself on and like learn more about, the Democrats are just as complicit in that as Republicans are. And it's because of the way that our elections are and our political system is it's just about money. It's money and it's greed. And I just can't bring myself to just shoo that off when it comes to the Democrats and be like, well, but they actually align with my values and my beliefs, so I can just never mind that they're also contributing to this huge issue that we have with just corporate overreach and just running our country like on the backs of the rest of us to provide for so few at the top. Like, I just can't. It's like unforgivable to me at this point. So, and I guess lastly, it's like, I'm an empathetic person. I'm really good at like putting myself in other people's shoes and at least bringing myself to acknowledge or try to understand how they got to where they are, or in their beliefs, or just in their status in life and how they're doing. Like, I think I've just always been that way. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm sure some shrink could tell me, but and it's a good trait to have, but it's also like really annoying, because I think it also plays a big part in why I'm feeling so just stuck and blah and unable to kind of just go along like so many other people can, because I understand why so many people that on, my side just have such disdain for anyone that can support Donald Trump or MAGA or Republicans or, religious right. Like, I get it. Trust me. Like, I am equally just not okay with a lot of that as other people are. But I hate to be a hypocrite. I have this like natural aversion to like feeling hypocritical. And so I see things in people on my side too that I'm like, well, you know what? I kind of understand why this crazy person over here thinks this about all of us, because you were saying this, or you believe this, or you're just, well, nothing is good enough unless it's done your way. And while I might think that that person's beliefs and what they're saying is not as bad as what this person is, I just don't think any of that's good. I just don't. I think that we've gone too far like polars of each other, and it's so hard to get to a point now where people are close enough in the middle to just compromise or like agree to disagree. It's like, that's not a thing anymore. It's just, no, you don't think this? Bad. Mm-mm. Or, oh, you're like this? You're the problem. You're what's wrong with America. Like, it's exhausting. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that kind of clarifies a little bit where I'm at or how I feel about these things. I know it doesn't 100%. And like I said, I'm just winging this and going off the top of my head here. But I will say that, and I feel like talking about this is what's going to be like not good, but I said I'm going to be honest and open. So things that I've I still believe in and think are important and should be addressed, but I feel have just been taken too far and have actually hurt us as a collective when it comes to people that are more progressive or leftist or not conservative, I guess, is, when George Floyd, I live in Minnesota, okay? When George Floyd was killed, that was like insane, first of all. Like what happened, how he died, the video, like all of it, and living here and living through that, and it also being in 2020 and during the pandemic, and like I remember like from March until like June, July of that year, just I don't think I slept. I think I was up every single night until like 4:00 in the morning watching CNN or Fox News or MSNBC or something, like some breaking news of some other city that was on fire, or someone else who died or some other protest. And I mean, I did the whole like black out your Instagram picture, and I did some like TikToks, I think. I don't remember what they're called when you like do a TikTok with someone else's TikTok, whatever. I know I did all that because I do feel strongly that like Black people in America are 100% treated differently and have less opportunity than I do as a white American woman. I know that. And it doesn't offend me to say that. Like I don't feel like, oh, but my life has been hard too. Like, yeah, everyone's lives are hard. Everyone goes through things in their life that is difficult and you have to overcome. It's just kind of like where we start, more of us, than where they get to start and all the hoops that have to be jumped through. And so, yes, I support the actual like statement of like Black Lives Matter. Yes, they do. Okay. But as the years have gone by since then, now it has become like been shown that there's people that were taking advantage of that movement. There's always someone, all right? Like I said, it's greed, it's money, it's power. There's always someone that's going to abuse something, do something wrong. And yeah, that happened. So the whole like organization of Black Lives Matter, no, I don't feel super strongly about them. I don't know them. I don't even know all the things about that. I just know enough to know that I can support the actual like statement, yes, Black Lives Matter, but it doesn't mean that I have to then just like without any question support all aspects of that, I guess, if that makes sense. And with like all the DEI stuff, like, yes, I think that is important. And I know it doesn't just mean like people of color. That's people that are disabled or veterans. Like it includes many people. I know that. My issue more so has just been, or that I've had to kind of like let go of and be like, okay, this is maybe a little too far, is just like, yeah, there were people that were just making up certifications in these things and going to bigger like companies and corporations and like just, reading a book with adults that someone else wrote and talking about it. And like, I don't think it's great. I don't think that it was, implemented in the best way in all instances. And again, shit happens. Not everything is like works out perfectly and is done right. And not everyone has the best intentions all the time. But again, I'm not going to die on that hill. All right. I'm just not. That is like not my thing. I know there's, everyone has their things that they like care about. Like, this is my thing. That's just not my thing. And when it comes to the trans community, like I said, I do support transgender people. Like, I do not care that they are how they are. Like, it doesn't affect me. I am happy if they are happy. I'm happy if they, were born in a body that they don't feel that they belong in. And whenever they realize that, I don't care if they realized it when they were a child. I don't care if they realize it when they're a 50-year-old man. It does not affect me. It does not hurt me. It doesn't hurt my kids. Like, they have the right to live their lives and be the best person that they can be, and whatever that means to them. But then when it comes to like the sports thing, I was in sports when I was younger. I don't look like it right now, but I was an athletic person. I like to play sports. I was someone who picked things up easily. Like, I just was coordinated. I played a lot of sports. If I didn't play them like competitively, like for school, I played with my friends, or like I liked watching sports. I was a tomboy. Like, I don't agree necessarily with all of the like trans women in sports, and like these are things that I have felt like for a long time I can't always say in certain groups or around certain people, because I will just immediately be like shunned, or I've turned to the dark side, like. But that's how I feel. All right, like it is. I don't think that it would be fair for, if I don't have daughters, but if I had a daughter and she was really looking forward, she played some sport, and then she got to college, and then there was someone there, a transgender woman, who transitioned later in life, and so that like it's different. And I hate saying that, and I know that it sounds bad, and that there's going to be some people that are just like, nope, not listening to her anymore after that. But like it's just different. And I don't know what the solution is to that. I'm not going to pretend to know. But I'm not going to just go along and say what I don't believe in anymore just because. Like, I think that we need to just talk about these things, and that is something that I think needs to be addressed. And I don't agree that it needs to be addressed in the way that it is right now by the people in power and Republicans. I don't agree with that at all. I think that there's a better way. There has to be, or at least like a more compromising way, or coming together and compromising. But yeah, I guess those are kind of like some hot takes I guess I have that maybe people should know, because like I said, I know there's gonna be some people that are like, nope, sorry, can't do it. And that's fine. That's the world we live in. I get it. But yeah. What else? I don't know. I feel like that's pretty much it. It's not some riveting like new hot takes that I have on life or anything. It's just, I guess if I had to pick my thing, like if I said like it's not my thing, like this isn't my thing, I'm not going to die on that hill. And the thing that I'm most focused on now, and that I think plays into this the most and this channel and what I want to do with it, is that we have to get money out of politics. And I mean, ideally, I would love to just like end the two-party system and either go like a ranked choice voting model, or I don't know, just completely start brand new. No. And I know, like, I laugh, but that's not funny, because there's like people that really want to do that, and like it wouldn't happen in a peaceful way. I know that, so I don't want that. But I think like the best way to start is that I just want to use this platform and have these conversations and reach out to more people and just get to the bottom of what can we do to somehow convince the people that are in charge, who we elect, who we're supposed to be in charge of because we elect them, to just end this madness of like any billionaire or big corporation has all the say because they just have all the money. So they're going to pay all the money for your next campaign, or they're going to give all the money to these other industries that are then gonna like come to Congress and get them to do this, and they're gonna give them money for this and that, and like it's so corrupt, it's so gross. And I don't know, I guess that's my thing. If I had to pick something, it'd be that. And like healthcare, like and insurance, I hate it. Like, insurance is the biggest racket of all time, okay? It like drives me insane when anything to do with insurance, like it makes no sense. I get it. I understand why we have to have it because of how the system is. But like, again, there's got to be a better way, a different way. something that like doesn't even get discussed or talked about or will ever be taken seriously. But that's because when someone's running for office, they have to have so much money to run their campaign, because you have to have millions and billions of dollars apparently to run a campaign, probably usually because they last like 2.5 years. But yeah, it's just, there's too much. There's too much that revolves around greed and money and power at the highest level, and the rest of us are just here getting the scraps and fighting each other to death over culture war stuff that really doesn't matter. I mean, I know it matters to the people that it affects, and so I don't want to seem cold about that, but in the grand scheme of things and the like importance of the situation we're in right now, in my opinion, most of those things don't matter. And they are so good at keeping us talking about it and arguing about it and fighting about it and pointing fingers at each other and how stupid we are and who's wrong and who's right, that we don't have time to sit and think about, well, why is it like this? Like, who is making it this way? And we all know. Everyone knows. But we just don't talk about it. And so that's why I'm doing this, because I'm going to talk about it. And I want more people to talk about it. And yeah, I'll talk about the other things. And I don't know, like I said, I don't have like a giant grand vision and steps to get to a certain goal with this channel right now. But I just want us to talk about it. And I guess that's that. So I'll leave that there today. I don't even know how long this is. Too long and definitely more rambly, and probably gonna get myself canceled before I even have like 10 subscribers. But that's me, and this is the channel. Thank you for being here. I would love it if you would like and subscribe, share, comment, do whatever. I have Instagram now, TikTok, this YouTube channel. I have a Patreon and a Substack that I have linked in the description of this video and the channel. If you would like to or are able to support me in this channel in that way, awesome, love it. I would appreciate it so much. And if not, then just like I said, like and subscribe, wait for the next one, and I guess I'll just talk to you next time. So have a good night. Bye.